Hey Pisces, welcome to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Sarah. We're going to do a reading for you today for the week of April 6th to the 12th, 2025. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so take only what resonates and leave out what does not. If you are interested in having a personal reading done by me, the information on how to obtain that is in the description box below this video. All right, Spirit. Help us tap into the energy of Pisces today. Pisces, what does Pisces need to know? What is at the forefront of Pisces consciousness? Okay, so out comes the Fool in reverse. There's something that you may have embarked upon where you may feel like you had done something foolish. So what I'm trying to say here, when I see the Fool in reverse, is I see somebody who did something that they may have been met with a lot of alarm bells, red flags. The intuition was screaming, "Don't do it." You need to be able to reasonably predict the consequences of your actions here, and you may have just gone ahead and done it. This could be you, this could be somebody in your energy, but it is showing up that you may have done something foolish. It may have been rooted in some level of naivete, maybe even a little bit of emotional immaturity here. This may have had something to do with boundaries. Okay. So there's something that was unknown here, and it looks like there may have been something to do with a betrayal or a painful ending of some sort. But it does look like whatever this is, somebody had wanted to come in and try and alleviate that or make that better, try to overcome some sort of painful ending. Or maybe you wanted to try and get over a painful ending of some sort and maybe gave something another shot or maybe moved into a new direction. But whatever it is that you moved towards, it looks like it may have been a repeat of something that you had already experienced in the past. And this may have had something to do with dealing with an energy of emotional immaturity here. Can we get something more on the Fool in reverse to the Page of Cups in reverse? I'm going to move that down a bit so you can see it. Something painful happened. Something painful is possibly happening now as a result of not necessarily reasonably predicting the consequences of your actions. Okay, because what I'm getting here is that whatever it is that you got yourself into may be a repeat of something that you've gone through in the past, whether it's with somebody who you're dealing with right now or whether it's just a repeat of the same type of energy. I'm just getting that there's something that's causing you pain. This is something that's going to result in some sort of growth for you, though. This may help you to get in touch with a gift. Somebody may have enticed you with a gift. You just have to take that as it resonates. But it is showing up that this painful experience is actually a gift, something that's it's actually something that is good. It's a blessing in disguise as for a lot of you. This may help you I'm just going to say some of you may be dealing with somebody who's actually in jail. But for most of you, this imprisonment card has something to do with maybe being in a perpetual cycle of feeling trapped. Okay. I'm getting that there may be something to do with a boundary issue in your connections here. I do see an energy of emotional immaturity that you should have been able to. Spirit is telling, I'm getting this really strong message that you Pisces, you might be one of the most intuitive signs of the zodiac, if not the most intuitive sign. So there's something that you were picking up on that you you weren't necessarily following your intuitive guidance on it. And sometimes it's hard to do that because, especially if somebody is like emotionally manipulating, which is possibly what you were experiencing as well with that Page of Cups in reverse, there may have been an emotional manipulation going on here where somebody was trying to make you feel like you weren't being a good person if you weren't adhering to whatever it is that somebody wanted you to do. What has happened, and but it did it led to some level of demise here with that scythe here. What led to this? What led to this, Spirit? What was in the past? Something that was bad news. There was just this really like energy of, there may have been bad news, there may have been a communication. There was an opportunity that you jumped on that may have been rooted in something to do with bad news. And it looks like it may have had something to do with overcoming a loss of some sort. So you may have jumped on this opportunity to overcome some sort of sadness or loss that you were experiencing with somebody attached to this opportunity, or this could have been a rebound for some of you. I often will see this Five of Cups in reverse when it's associated with something new as being like this is a distraction from the pain kind of thing. Distracting from the pain, wanting to drop a grudge of some sort. So this could be the same person, but it does look like there was some level of confusion as to which choice you wanted to make. And I'm guessing that part of the reason why the confusion was there was because deep down there was something about this connection that you already sensed was off. Okay, your intuition, there we go. Your intuition already knew something. That is your energy, by the way, that High Priestess. That is Pisces. So, what's going on here with the Page of Wands in reverse to the Ace of Pentacles? Oh, I have the deck upside down. So there's something about this connection that or something about this situation that you're feeling really protective over. So this might be part of the emotional manipulation going on here, Pisces. There's somebody who may make you feel like you need to be protecting them or taking care of them. I see that bear as a very maternal energy. She can get very upset and angry too. But I'm getting that there was this feeling of needing to take care of somebody or something. That's what I'm getting, that there's been some sort of emotional manipulation. Like, if you don't do this for me, you're a bad person kind of thing. And it's kind of like, well, you were confused as to what choice to make, even though intuitively you were getting the hits that were telling you this is a bad idea. Oh, it wasn't upside down. Interesting. That card was just upside down. Interesting. Occupation. So here's what I've got to. You may have to work really hard on maintaining any level of peace in this situation, or you just may be working hard materially in order to make this work. But it does look like you chose this pathway, and you're in this energy now of feeling almost like regretful because there's something that has happened that is kind of like, it's kind of blown up in your face. There's been some sort of pain or consequence to moving in that direction, choosing that pathway, embarking on that opportunity. Can we get the future here for this situation, the potential future for Pisces? All right, so we do see something to do with making a choice here. This is somebody who's made a choice. You're going to make a choice. So there may be some sort of confusion over choices right now, or there was. It may have something to do with a friendship of some sort. There's something that so here's what I've got. there's a very high potential that you may have had a falling out because you made a choice with somebody else. There may be some sort of falling out that you've had to experience, but it does look like you may be on the road towards restoring some level of relational integrity with somebody. This could be a friend, this could be a family member, this could be this person, and I don't really see it that way right now. It does look like there is something that was causing you pain and heartache. And I feel like whatever this was, it's very high potential that whatever this opportunity was that kind of didn't work out for you was just a distraction from something else. And it looks like whatever that something else may have been, may have had to do with needing to restore some level of relational integrity with somebody else. There's some sort of grudge that you're going to drop. There is somebody else. There's somebody involved here where there's been some sort of pain and grudge, and it looks like there may be something that's going to be restored here. Somebody's going to follow their moral high ground standing, their value system. This could have to do with an actual commitment for some of you. Could be a marriage of some sort. But it looks like whatever this is going to bring you a great deal of comfort, Pisces. So that's why this painful experience is actually a gift, because it leads to this beautiful future where you're actually restoring something with somebody else. I love getting these kinds of readings. I feel like I get good readings for you a lot, Pisces. I don't get those for every sign. Not that this is necessarily a good reading. I mean, obviously, if there's this scythe in the present moment, there's something you're going through that doesn't feel very good. But it does look like your future has promise. There is some sort of conversation you're going to have with somebody on a very personal level here with the owls. Okay, so there's going to probably be a one-on-one discussion with somebody who you've fallen out with, who you feel like you may not have chosen in the past, but it looks like you are going to potentially restore some level of relational integrity with somebody who matters to you, and it's going to bring you a lot of comfort here. You're going to definitely be communicating with message here. And for some of you, we are actually talking about a marriage, because it's somebody who you're very, very strongly linked to. We did see the Hierophant, and now we are seeing this ring. So this could, in some cases, be an actual committed relationship. It could be a marriage. It could be a relationship that's going to lead to marriage. So that is what we're seeing here. What is the obstacle right now for Pisces spirit? Obstacle for Pisces. All right, so we've got this King of Pentacles showing up that we had seen already in the present moment. So the obstacle has something to do with stability. I'm just going to see. So here's what it is that there's something here, somebody in your energy that doesn't take accountability for something. And you may have to make a choice, Pisces, that is, you are going to make a choice. It's showing up in the future, but right now it's showing up that you may even be in a state of trying to understand something, because it looks like you're going through something painful right now. But it does look like there is a choice of some sort that may need to be made, or a decision that needs to be made from a place of emotional maturity and a place of stability, patience, and understanding something about commitment here. There is an energy that you've been dealing with that may be erratic. This person may be somebody who is not very, they're not confident, but they come across like they're confident. They're very, very cocky. The King of Wands in reverse is a very cocky energy. This is somebody who believes they get their attention for the sake of trying to appear. It's almost like they want to be known as a hot commodity, but it doesn't come from a place of true confidence and self-assurance and self-esteem. It comes from the opposite of that. It comes from not actually having any true love for oneself. And whatever this is not making you happy at all. And there's something to do with overcoming heartbreak here. There's something that there's a decision that you are going to make in the future, is what's showing up here, that's going to help you to overcome some level of heartbreak and bring you some sort of comfort here. But it does look like there's an energy that you're dealing with here. We've got 2 pages in reverse that might be a little on the immature side. Cross watchers, feel free to reverse the roles if you feel like you must. All right. The King of Pentacles in the upright to the Page of Pentacles in reverse. This has something to do with a marriage. This has something to do with a marriage. It comes out again. This has something to do with understanding, something to do with a commitment, okay? Expect something. There's something that you need to expect coming up that has something to do with you're potentially going to, you may actually have to take some accountability for yourself. I'm just going to say this could have something to do with you taking accountability as well. And there's nothing wrong with being held accountable. Spirit holds me accountable all the time. I did a reading on myself last night, and trust me, I was read the Riot Act by Spirit. But whatever it is that you've been going through that's been burdensome and difficult and feels like it's produced a high level of suffering in yourself is about to become alleviated. And it could have something to do with accountability. If you feel like there's something that you've potentially done in this connection that has, because it looks like there's something that you got yourself involved in that didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, or, well, it looks like you should have been able to predict it according to Spirit, I'm just saying. But it also looks like there's some sort of falling out that you had experienced that's coming back for you, and it looks like it's good, is what I'm getting here. So what is the advice here for Pisces? I'm really sorry, Pisces, by the way, that there's got grass cutting going on right outside. I was not anticipating that that's what was going to happen while I was reading for you. It's pouring rain outside right now. I don't understand why somebody's cutting their grass. Okay, so the 7 of Pentacles is in reverse. So there's something that you may need to really sit down and process. There's something that's been happening over the course of time. It may even be a cycle that you're in, because Spirit is saying that there's something that happened. You should have been able to predict the consequences of your actions. So there's something that has happened over the course of time that you may need to really consider and process here. And it's about recognizing what you put into something and whether you are getting any real return on your investment of time, money, emotion, whatever it is that you feel like you're contributing to something. It does look like either somebody who ran away or somebody who you ran away from is something that's going to make a return. So you're either going to return to somebody who you ran away from, or somebody who ran away from you is going to make a return. There's going to be a reconciliation. This is something you really want. This is a wish come true for you. Here's what's okay. So you're going to be in another situation in where you are going to be presented with choices that are going to feel confusing to you. You are being told you need to follow your intuition on this one, okay, Pisces? There's something you already know. You just need, and Spirit is saying you can get there. You just need to process this. Process something that has happened over time, and your intuition will guide you towards whatever choice it is that you need to make, okay? If this resonates with you at all, you probably already know which choice it is that you want to be making. All right. Oh, and here we go. Out jumps the choices card. You have a choice. There's a choice here for you. This may be somebody who you were, again, we're getting that there's something to do with marriage. There's something to do possibly with a very heavy committed relationship here. This may have something that is very connected to your material well-being. This may have something to do with assets. We do have the courthouse here, and there's something that the choice may be between somebody who's really dishonest in your life. There may be somebody who's actually trying to steal from you. We do see the thief card, so be careful. That could be what you're going through right now that's difficult. Whatever it is, you're going to have a choice in the future, and Spirit is trying to tell you don't succumb to any emotional manipulation. There's something that you need to be real about, and your intuition knows how to guide you through this. Okay, what is the outcome for Pisces here? What is the outcome for Pisces? There's something coming in the future. There's something about your ships coming in the future. You may be moving. It may be coming in slow. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. Okay, there's something coming in slowly in the future. We've got the Knight of Pentacles to the Three of Wands, and it's something that's going to alleviate some sort of heartbreak for you. There's something that's caused you some sort of heartbreak that's going to potentially be coming in. It does look like this is something you thought was over. It does look like there's a return, though. There's definitely a return. Whatever this return is, though, Pisces, somebody is going to either need to be held accountable, or you're going to be held accountable, depending on who it was that had committed. There is somebody feels like there's still some sort of choppy water that needs to be addressed here. There's some sort of turbulence that may need to be addressed here, but it does look like something is coming in for you, Pisces. What can we get more? Something more on this future energy. This is going to be there's a pathway that you can be taking here in the future, a new pathway, and it may be towards privilege. This may be somebody coming in who doesn't have anything. They may not have a want or a care in the world for anything. This person may already be totally confident and feeling great about themselves when they come towards you. Or it could be the other way around. You could be in that energy. But it looks like there's... Okay, so this is what I'm getting here, Pisces, and I was getting that very strongly throughout the reading. There is something potentially that you need to look at about yourself, okay? There may be something here that if you want to restore something with somebody, and it's showing up that it looks really good, to be honest. There may be something here that you may need to really take some accountability for. It does look like somebody's coming in to kind of hold your feet to the fire about something. So, or it could be the other way around. You may need to do that with somebody else, but it does kind of show up that it's you. So Pisces, I'm going to pull some cards from this Angel Oracle deck, and we'll see what's going to be said. So if you have any questions about this, because sometimes we get a yes or a no, you might want to consider a question. If you want to pause the video and think about something, it could be a yes or no. I'm not promising that that's what you're going to get here, but first message for Pisces here on this reading, a year from now. So it is the future. It's showing up as a year from now. A year from now, Pisces. Anything else, Spirit, for Pisces? Choose a new direction, and that's what Pathway was saying. So there's something that's coming in, but you may actually need to choose a new direction before this comes in, so that you can learn something in order to actually bring yourself to a place of authenticity when it comes to taking some sort of... There's something that you still need to learn here, is what I've got, okay? And in choosing that new direction, there may be something that you will learn about this situation. And when it comes in a year, that's when things, because it looks like whatever it is that's coming in has high potential to become restored. You may need to compromise about something. I was getting that. There's something here that I can't tell every one of my querents that they're always right, right? We can't, not everybody's right in the near future. So Pisces, that is your reading for the week of April 6th to the 12th, 2025. Thank you for all your likes, shares, and subscribes. And until I read you again, have yourself a blessed week.